Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric and Chad here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we've got an emergency gun gripe session for you.
There's a lot of these lately.
Man, I tell you, this is getting old. This is getting old for sure. But guys, recently, we did a video talking about some of the things that's been going on lately and some of the things that happened this week. And then literally, right by the time like the last little bit of data trickled on up to YouTube and uploaded, what happened? This came across our desk talking about this new piece of legislation that we're going to have to, all band together and prevent, of course. I'm like Robin Hood calling together all my merry men, and we're going to go and, I don't know, something.
Does that make me Friar Tuck?
You need to gain some more weight if you're going to be Friar Tuck. Anyway, guys, it's no laughing matter. This is serious. It sucks. Tim over at Military Arms Channel put together a wonderful video on this subject. He was on top of it, able to get on it pretty quick yesterday evening, or was it the day before? It was a couple of days ago.
Maybe the day before, yeah.
When we just literally first found out about this. So, guys, let's not lose the momentum. This fight is nowhere near being over. Tim did a great job in getting a lot of people fired up over this. And, guys, we need to stay fired up. That's just the entry level fired up that we need. We need everybody to really get ticked about this and write these people and call them and email them and send carrier pigeons and whatever else they need to do. Flaming bags of poop, whatever it takes.
I don't know about all that, but all right. So what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about the Curbelo-Moulton Ban bill.
RINOS.
Oh, well, one of them could be considered a rhino. Curbelo. So he introduced this. He's a Republican out of South Florida. And he introduced this bill to ban the possession, transfer, and sale of bump fire stocks. But the funny thing is, I don't see bump fire or bump stocks or anything like that listed anywhere in the bill's text, which draws a lot of concern from many like-minded individuals and folks with actual common sense. Here you go. So, let's see. Prohibition on the manufacture, possession, or transfer of any part or combination of parts that is designed and functions to increase the rate of fire of a semi-automatic rifle, but does not convert the semi-automatic rifle into a machine gun. What does that mean?
Wait a minute. You missed an important part. All right, now there's another part that says, Jerry Michulik will surrender all of his fingers when this bill is passed. So, unfortunately, Jerry, I'm sorry, they want to chop your hands off.
Well, he has 180 days to do that, I think. Or maybe
really?
That's the other one.
Maybe he can get a bionic hand that's even faster.
Yeah, this bill is just one of a few that are floating around right now. There's a kind of a sister bill in the Senate that I believe Dianne Feinstein introduced along the same lines, but, the concern is there's no particular mention of a particular device. Okay, there's no specific mention of it. It just says a part or combination of parts. Well, all right, so what's the cyclic rate of a semi-automatic firearm?
However fast you shoot it.
Ding, 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 ding. There isn't.
The bill
it doesn't exist.
The bill is poorly written.
Oh, it's poorly written.
Extremely poorly written, and it's written by people who obviously don't know anything about guns. It's just a knee-jerk reaction and just a way for them to feel like they're doing something right, because we know that no amount of new laws are going to prevent anything at all. It's just a feel-good thing, a check-in-the-box thing that they feel like they can do because they think they're doing something about it. It would be like NASA, all right, a spaceship taking off into the stratosphere or whatever, taking off into space, and a spaceship blows up. And me, just because I'm some government person or whatever, it'd be like me going, oh, well, we got to do something about these spaceships blowing up now. Now, I'm no expert. I don't know anything about the intricacies of interstellar space travel, and I don't know, what's required to put a rocket out of the Earth's atmosphere and into space. But, because we can't have spaceships blowing up in the atmosphere, we have to regulate this somehow.
I know what
Guys, leave how this kind of stuff has to be done to the experts.
Baked beans.
Oh.
That's how they do it. All right.
But I mean, that might be a bad example, but you know what I'm getting at. It's dumb when people who are not experts on this kind of thing try to make, they're trying to make it sound like they have good intentions, or they're trying to do something they feel is right, but it's really just bullcrap because they don't know what they're talking about.
The thing is, you can turn on any news program, and Tim and I and a bunch of other folks have been posting all sorts of craziness all over Instagram.
We've been posting some stuff
and
on Facebook as
and
well.
Stuff too. about like these news agencies. Like one recent one on, it was Chris Como, I think, or whatever, or whoever the heck, I don't know, whatever the guy's name is, on CNN. He's saying that the bullets coming out of a fully automatic firearm are more deadly than out of a semi-automatic firearm. I mean, that's just pure, it's just pure stupidity. It's just asinine. And then you've got like, all right, so going back to what Eric said a minute ago about new gun laws and everything, Dianne Feinstein herself, we may have mentioned this in the other gun gripe we just put up. You know, she actually said that no laws that are on the books would have helped. And, you know, she hopes that a ban on bump fire stocks and such is a slippery slope.
She wants to open up the door to even worse things. So, guys, I mean, here's the thing. If you're looking at this video and you're going, well, you're one of these people that's going, well, I'll trade bump stocks for the SHARE Act and the carry bill and screw bump fire stocks. I'll trade it. Well, guess what? If it's only going to be a domino effect. If you give up on bump stocks and if you allow them to regulate an accessory, it's not even, I mean, if you allow any form of regulation, you're only, I mean, allowing yourself to just take on worse and worse things. So the scary part I have about it is that in order for, okay, say this becomes, let's just say theoretically, it's not, because you guys are going to call all your representatives, your representatives and the people that we're going to list that are on the fence about this.
There's going to be a whole list of them.
There's going to be a whole list of people you need to be contacting. But if, let's just say theoretically, this thing got through, the ATF would essentially have to redefine what a machine gun is.
Yep.
Okay? Because there's no way under current laws, even if that was passed, how are they going to enforce it? There's no way to enforce that. It's an unregistered item. It's a non-serialized item. It's like saying turn in all your Tupperware dishes. Well, you can't do that.
I think there was an interview I was watching with Curbelo on maybe ABC News or whatever, and the anchor was asking him about, okay, so there's no grandfathering of these devices that are already out there, and he said, no, we don't want any grandfathering. We want to ban the possession of these items, turn them in. They all need to be off the streets, yakety yak. All right, and the anchor just looks at him like, he's like, well, who's going to do that? He said, well, we're gonna put that off on the ATF. It's like,
good luck.
The guy was like, well, all right.
Good luck.
Good luck with that.
You know,
I mean, come on.
I want to say something about that real quick. I want to elaborate on that. So, the ATF, everybody makes all of these things out like the ATF's a bunch of monsters and they hate us and everything like that. And I'll tell you what, Chad will post the article that I found, but I read an article somewhere where one of these Obama administration era ATF guys came out of the woodwork and said, look guys, you're painting us with a really bad brush by saying that, oh, well, Obama's ATF caused this whole thing to happen. Like,
well, yeah, because
in order for
they
people
approved
to just,
them.
In order for people to just break it off on someone else.
Yeah, but it doesn't have anything to do with the administration.
Why is it fair to throw the ATF under the bus?
It's not.
When all they are doing is interpreting the law as they see it and trying to give someone an opinion on what's going on. So if we're trying to allow the ATF to do the job, if we're trying to encourage them, I mean, we have a pretty dang helpful ATF right now.
We do.
I mean, they allow things like the braces. You know, they kind of saw the common sense there. I mean, look at the whole firearm thing with like the short shotguns and like the shockwave braces
or whatever,
and all those things. Guys, the ATF's trying to meet us in the middle a little bit, guys.
Well, and they're also...
And it's not fair to throw them under the bus over this bull crap. It's not fair.
They're also following current law. I mean, back in, 2009, 2010, when the bump fire stocks and everything sort of became prevalent and started coming out on the market, they sought advice and clarification on the laws from the tech branch, and the tech branch, concluded that the bump fire stocks and all that do not convert a semi-automatic firearm to a machine gun.
And they do not.
You got all these
one round per pull of the trigger.
You've got all these people in the media who are saying, "Oh well, bump fire stocks can convert guns to machine guns." No, they do not.
Look, guys, here's the thing.
They do not.
We're not saying. We're not saying.
All you have to do is listen to it.
We're
not
tell. We're not saying be an ATF bootlicker. We are certainly not saying that. We're not saying that the ATF is almighty and all this stuff. But what we are saying is ATF is comprised of people that go about their day and do their thing just like the rest of us. And all I'm trying to say, guys, is give the dang people a break. Give them a chance to try to do the job that they've been tasked to do. Until something changes, until the NFA goes away, or until the ATF no longer needed, or whatever the case may be. Not that probably never even be a thing, but until that day comes, you have to let these people try and do the job to the best of their abilities. They're just people like the rest of us, and they're just trying to do a dang job.
Yep.
And to throw them under the bus for what some people on top, oh, well, that was Obama's ATF. No, it wasn't Obama's ATF. It's our ATF. It's ATF. I mean, Obama, you know what Obama did? Obama told the ATF, well,
he didn't even know, probably.
He said, interpret the law as you see it. And when that ruling came down about those things, he didn't question it. He just, okay, if that's what you determine,
he probably didn't have anything to do with it anyways. Didn't know anything about
trust me, he knew. But the thing is, guys, all this crap about banning a device is bullcrap. And there's some I hate to use the word again, slippery slope, but there is some slippery slope involved with this bill because it's so poorly written that it could mean, okay, so if I install a Geisley Super 3-gun trigger, that on a good day I can shoot almost as fast as Jerry. And I mean, I'm not an average shooter, but I'm not like a fancy pants fast 3-gun shooter. But you can get behind one of those triggers and shoot it reasonably quick.
You can shoot a lot faster than a 7 to 9 pound standard trigger.
But if I install a Super 3-gun trigger on my gun, so what now? According to that, even though it's just a dang trigger, am I now creating a device that can manipulate a semi-auto faster than, I mean, so how fast is fast?
Combination of parts.
I know. Well, it's bullcrap. So the media keeps saying, oh, well, this is a ban on bump fire stocks.
No, it's not.
But it's not, because it doesn't specifically mention that device anywhere in this legislation. So guys, if you've gotten with us this far in the video, I know it's frustrating. And I'm really sorry to clog y'all's feed up on YouTube with this kind of crap, because we shouldn't even have to talk about it at all. But
hey, don't knock my cup over now.
I'll throw your cup over there. But the thing is, we shouldn't even have to make this video, guys. But we need everybody to get involved. You know, no matter how you feel about lobbying groups, no matter how you feel about any of them, all that's irrelevant. We don't care about that right now. We don't care about if your feelings are hurt over anything else. We have to band together and do the right thing and tell these people, no, we will not deal with this fancy pants, you know what, bullcrap. All right? Because that's not us, okay? That's bullcrap.
All right.
And you guys have got to contact the people below in the description box. We give you a list of people here that are the rabble-rousers, the turncoats. You got to call them and tell them they're turncoats. Tell them they're not getting reelected if they support this bullcrap. And it takes people like us letting everybody know. I mean, we have to be on the fight. We cannot give up. You know, Tim got a lot of good momentum with his initial video, but we're trying to reinforce the point on our channel. And plus, some people may not have known about it, maybe not, didn't see Tim's video. So we wanted to make sure that we said our piece and mention how much of bullcrap this is.
Well, it's a lot of bullcrap. And like I mentioned the other day, all right, I don't like bump fire stocks. I don't care nothing about those things. FUD. All right, if you're one of those people, don't take offense to what I say. Don't take offense to what I say. You know, you just need to realize that if you've got that sort of mentality about this and you don't care about this bill that bans bump fire stocks, well, guess what? It's basically opening the door on a semi-automatic ban, whether you like the look of it or not. You look at the wording of this bill and how poorly it's written, okay? This thing opens Pandora's box to banning semi-automatics as they sit. So that's why this is so important.
That means just because your Winchester SX3 holds 3 shots, it's still a semi.
Oh, but wait a minute. Isn't that an AR-15 now? That was on a news program, too. They blew up a watermelon with a shotgun and said, look how powerful this AR-15 is. And there's people out there that believe that crap.
I know.
It's mad to pull a play out of Kevin's book. Mad.
It's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating when you're painted with an incorrect brush.
Oh, God, do people believe it?
How many gun owners are in this country? 113 million?
Oh, God.
Something like that. So there's a lot of folks in this country own guns. And if you're one of the people watching this video that maybe you're on the other side, maybe you're anti-gun, maybe you're going, oh, you rednecks are dumb, y'all don't know what the heck you're talking about, and we should all just have a Starbucks and just ban
What
these
kills
things.
me is all the threats from the left and what. Oh well, if this happened to you, then you'd be thinking a different way. Actually, no, I wouldn't.
Right.
Sorry,
You're absolutely right. But I would implore you, if you're watching this and you're on the other side of the fence, to understand that there are strangers out there. I'm a stranger to you. You don't know me. Yeah, you might see me on YouTube. But there are strangers out there that would risk their life to help you. You don't know who they are. Mm-hmm. You'll never know who they are. But there are people all around you right now that are armed because they see the benefit of protecting the good in society. Mm-hmm. Most of us, all of us, most of us are good people. And a lot of us have the mentality of doing what's necessary to protect our friends, our family, our communities, and ultimately a perfect stranger. Mm-hmm. So it's important to remember that, I mean, I know you feel the way you do about these devices, or you feel the way you do about semi-autos if you're on the anti-gun side. I understand you're entitled to an opinion. That's what makes this country so great, is everyone can have an opinion. We're not saying that you can't have your opinion. We're not saying that you can't buy every gun you want and burn them in a bonfire. All we're saying is think hard about what you're really supporting if you're on the anti-gun side. I mean, do you not want the good guys armed? Because that's what we're talking here. We're talking 113 million people who are willing to protect you every single day. And to me, it would be a travesty to disarm all of those good people just for the minor hopes that we're going to try to stop one guy. I mean, one guy doesn't define all of us. And I think anybody with a bit of sense, understands that and knows that in their heart. Even if they hate guns, they know deep down inside, this is bull crap.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just to echo what Eric said.
Even the people that drafted the bill know it's bull crap.
Just to echo what Eric said, if you live in a free state and you don't carry a firearm or anything like that on your person, you don't really ever think about it, personal protection, just know that when you're out in a public place, there's a good chance there's a ton of people around you that are carrying firearms and you don't even know it.
They're not going to let you go down like that.
So, if that makes you scared and, you get all sweaty and your sweaty palms and everything, you get nervous around all that, you need to come out of the freezer and grow up a little bit. But
it's a hard truth. And sometimes the truth is not easy. Some people can't deal with the truth. And believe me, I understand
can't handle
that.
The truth.
Well, we've all been at a time in our life where sometimes facing our demons and facing the truth is a very difficult thing for us to cope with. And those truths can come in a lot of different ways. All right, you're leaving your house for the first time. You're leaving home. You're moving out. That's a difficult truth that a lot of us can't handle. You are going out into the world as your own person for the first time in your life. You're going to school. You're going to college. You're leaving home. You're going out, and you have that air of independence about you. The way that you felt the first time you set foot out of your parents' house, that the fear of the unknown, the fear that you don't know what the world's going to do to you, or you don't know what your place in the world is going to be, who your friends are. We're getting out of the scope of this video, but the reason I mention it, being a gun owner can be very much like that. Mm-hmm. Every single day we leave our homes and we know we're safe at home. But when I go out into the world, I'm going to be interacting with people that I don't know if they want to hurt me or if they want to hurt you. I don't know if they're good people or if they're bad people. But why leave that up to chance? Think about guns as a insurance policy for your life. But you have the immediate ability to cash that check anytime you need to. Or the bad guys are cashing the check. But either way, it's going to be dealt with. So I would leave people with that thought. Again, like I said the other day, think about what's important to you. Security is a very important thing for us, to be able to protect ourselves, to protect our communities, our families. And it would be a travesty to allow some bullcrap like this bill to go anywhere. So please, no matter how you feel about this whole situation, do me a favor and get on the dang phone with these people and tell them how sick you are that they would even dream of doing this.
Not only that, but also reiterate to the folks that would be against this sort of legislation. Reiterate to them also your feelings. That you don't support any of this kind of crap, and you're happy that they aren't as well, because they don't just need to hear the bad all the time. Like, hey, I don't like you supporting this. They need to hear compliments as well.
Good.
And that they're doing a good job, because that reiterates what they're doing, and it gives them a good idea of how their constituents are thinking about things. So also, make sure you contact the good guys too.
Agreed.
In this. But anyways, there'll be a link down below. There'll be a list of all the turncoat RINOs, Republican in name only, who are not 2A friends right now.
Call them, guys.
That are down the bottom, and I'm going to try to list phone numbers as well for all their offices and such, okay? And then, we'll link Tim's video too, so you can go check it out. He goes into a little bit more detail of things, and he's fired up too, boy. But anyways, there you go.
This is a bad overall thing, and we want to make sure we squash it before it becomes a problem.
Oh, it'll die in committee at this rate, hopefully.
Let's make this die in committee. We don't even want this to see the light of day. Guys, we have to constantly fight for our rights. I know I've said that time and time again, but guys, you are the voice of the gun community. It's not the lobbying groups, it's not the NRA, it's not any of that. It's you and me. All of us have the ability and the power to band together and fight for our rights at every turn. And right now, we're asking you for a little bit of support there. Mm-hmm. Pick up the phone. Guys, don't give up on us, all right? We're trying to help. We do have, and to end the video, we do have a lot of cool content on the way. Our trail camera test, I just pulled some of the photos.
Trail camera shootout.
But look, the thing is, all right, so 2 of the trail cameras didn't really do too well. So I can a bit of the initial data I can share on the trail cameras is that
there isn't any data.
Didn't take any photos, so they didn't do too well. But anyway,
they didn't survive Irma.
Expect the trail camera test. We also got a hunt with the Maxim 50, as well as kind of a review on the Maxim 50. I've learned a lot of things about that gun that I want to share with you guys. So stay tuned for that on the Silencer Co. Maxim 50 muzzleloader. Mm-hmm. What else is in the queue that we're going to be doing soon? We've always got a bunch of random projects.
All kinds of stuff that we're being put behind on because of this bull crap.
Well, it is what it is. So, guys, thank you very much for your time. Thanks for watching today's video. We've always got a ton of projects going on. We graciously appreciate all the support and kind words that we've gotten from some of you. A lot of folks have gone on Facebook and left really heartfelt comments about the whole situation and supporting our position on all of this and supporting what we do overall. Many of you guys purchase man cans. You support us on Patreon. Mm-hmm. Guys, that's a very big deal to us, and we greatly appreciate it. But right now, pick up the phone, call those folks up and tell them how ate up they are. And I'll just end with one word: Bohica.
Bohica.
I'm going to leave y'all to that and see if you know what that means. But it's always that's the word this week. You know what? That's the word of the week. Bohica.
The word of the week.
Bohica.
Oh, Lord.
I'm not going to tell you what it means. I'm going to let you guys figure it out. And if you figure it out, go down in the comment section below. Let everybody know what it means.
Oh, you're
all right, guys. Have a good one. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.